Today we have come to explore this incredible disused breaker's yard. One of the very reasons why this place closed down. Just found an Audi TT. Look at the trees growing through the engine bay of this van. This Volvo isn't even that old. Look at the poor little Citroen AX. I don't know who they are, what they're doing. They haven't got any cameras. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. As you can see, I'm joined with Ben from Lost Adventures, and today we have come to check out this incredible breaker's yard. Let's go check it out and see what we can find. Okay, so we are just trying to find a way down into this site. Now we are surrounded by cliffs, we are surrounded by thorns, fences, oh god, all sorts. It's not easy. In fact, we've risked our lives at least twice trying to get this far, but we always stay legal, so we are always going to find a legal way in. We don't break in, we don't cause any damage, we don't take anything, and we have just found a way in. It doesn't require any climbing, any cutting, any wrongdoing. We literally just walk straight in. And you can see this has been here for a long time. I reckon the guys that worked here probably didn't even know about this, because they probably never came this far down into the yard. Well, this is the old entrance. This is where you used to come in, and up the drive. You can see some of these cars have been stripped. Obviously this was a breaker's yard, so that's what they were supposed to do. Some vandalism, some windows have been smashed on the Picasso. Let's take a little walk up and see what else we can find. Just noticed the trees growing through the engine bay of this van. That's pretty cool. That's green power on another level, that is. We've got a Corsa here. Quite like the shape of those Corsas, actually. Quite nice cars. Polo don't look too bad like that. Looks savable. Got the chassis there of a Nissan Navara by the look of it. You can see here how bad they rot out. They're absolutely terrible for that. Oh, that one's definitely seen better days. Look, it's full of expanding foam as well. What's that all about? We've got a Mini One here. God, look at that van there, look. Crikey. Probably one of Mark McCann's old cars. Nice Mercedes here. The old C-Class. It's probably a 1800. Could be a diesel. Shame, because the car in general doesn't look terrible. I know there's loads of bits missing and it's got vandalism, but I think most of the damage is done by the guys here when they were working here. That looks like a forklift that's gone through the back of that. Shame, because they're good cars. They are good cars. Oh, we've got an old LT here. Look at this. See, I wish I had the extra space in mine, because mine's obviously the low roof. This one's got the extra bit there, which makes all the difference. It really does make all the difference. It's a 35 as well, so it's the same as mine. Yeah, what a pain. Oh well, I love my van. Don't look in bad nick, to be fair. You know, it probably had a blown engine or something, which is why it's in here. Right, let's carry on. So we're just walking down into the main site now. Now, this actually used to be a coal mine. This whole site was a coal mine. And right now we're walking past one of the old buildings. And I've got to tell you, it's absolutely stunning. Check this out. This place has got so much history. The fact it's been turned into a breaker's yard is pretty cool. Just look at this. Let's see if I can climb these tyres and have a quick peek inside. God, without falling over. Ugh. How cool is that? I think this was the old wheelhouse where they used to lower stuff down into the main shafts. But I imagine most of those are now covered up completely. Oh. Okay, let's see if we can find a way into the main site now. Now, I think we may have to actually go through that building because this looks pretty secure. I'm not actually sure how we're going to do that. It looks as if people have been climbing over the side of the gate there. Whoa, nearly fell over then. So I've just jumped up in here to have a look at this. Now, apparently this was the old forge building or the wheelhouse. Just look at it. It's absolutely stunning. Like I said, this place has got so much history. And it's now full of scrap tyres. Bit of a shame, but... No, there's a dead end out there. So we're currently just trying to find a way into the main yard, but I think what we're going to have to do is climb through here and then go around the side. It's not going to be easy. So, let's have a look and see if we can find a way. Okay, guys, we have spent at least half an hour trying to find a way into this place, and I think I found a way. Now, it's mission impossible on the next level. So this is the old forge, or the wheel room, as Alan said. Ooh. Now, originally we were looking to go through there, completely overgrown. Second entrance, completely overgrown, even worse. But I jumped over here, went over to where Ben was standing. When I looked back, I saw daylight down there. Now, I think we're going to have to try and climb down this mountain of tyres, and then we can climb out through the bottom there. And there is a way into the yard I've seen from the top, so this is going to be fun, bro. This is going to be wow. It's an adventure, let's say that. Make sure you've got nothing loose in your pockets. What the hell was it? I'm going right down the bottom. There's a way out there through the bottom. But what I want to be careful of is all the water in these tyres. I do not want to get covered in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick a few down the bottom. Yeah, that'll do. Right. I hope not. I might get rid of that one too, because that's kind of in the way. This is what we do to film these videos for you guys. It is not easy. I mean, this is actually disgusting. Ugh. I really hope I don't get wet. Because this water, get over there, has been in here for a very, very long time. And I reckon it's going to stink something rotten. Ugh. Whoa. Whoa. God. Right, you can go there. You can go there. And I am going to go through here. Oh. And there we have it. We're out. And there's our way into the yard. Right, Ben, we're home and dry, mate. Really? Yep. You jump on down. Let's go and take a look around the main yard. Okay, so we've just... God, that flipping stinks. Stinks of gearbox oil. Oh, you really don't want to put your hands down in here, mate. Oh my God, look at this. Yeah. Oh, this is obviously their oily waste area where they get rid of engine oils and gearbox oils and stuff. In fact, yeah, we've got all the drums here, look. Engine oil, mixed oil, toxic oil probably, I don't know. But look at this, guys, this is absolutely amazing. Oh, I love an old scrapyard, especially ones like this. This is crazy, man. There's your bag. I know. Oh. Right, tread carefully because that is completely rotten. And there's absolutely no way, even if it's broken, I'm not damaging anything in here. Wow. Okay, guys, we are now in the main yard. Look at all of these cars. Have to try and see if we can find the oldest car in here. I reckon it could be that Peugeot right there. I could be wrong though. In fact, this is just the front of the yard. Ben, this is just the front of the yard. The main yard's around the back. This is the small one, mate. Yeah. Oh, this is so cool. Just look at all of these cars. And I'm going to have to try and prioritise what's good and what's not, because I don't just want to film, you know, rubbish, rotten cars. I want to try and find the best ones. God, I don't even know which way to go. Right, guys, I'm going to sit down with Ben for a minute, try and figure out a route through, and then we're going to show you the best stuff in here. So we're just walking down the side of the front entrance of the yard. And yeah, there's loads of cars in here. Yeah, these some of these are quite modern cars actually. Obviously this yard was open, you know, fairly recently, so we are going to find a lot of modern stuff in here. But then again, we're going to find a lot of old stuff as well, so a bit of everything for everyone. Okay guys, so we're now walking to the rear of the site now. This is the bigger area. Oh my god, there's just so many cars here. There's got to be at least, I don't know, 300 cars. Another C-Class compressor, that's the supercharged one. Look, the place is just like in a, well, it's a quarry. I mean, this was an old coal mine. God, I just can't believe how many cars are here. There's a Honda Civic up there. Shame it's not a Type R. A Jaguar there, look. 2.5. E46. Compact. Oh goodness me. I've just noticed there's an old Citroen AX at the top there, look. Similar to one I found in another location fairly recently. Another E46. I don't know what it is, but there's something about an old scrapyard I just love coming to. So I've just walked up to the back corner just to have a little look at this Citroen AX. Do you know what, from here it actually doesn't look too bad. Look at the underside, but look at those seals. They're not even rotten. Actually looks really clean. Oh, what a shame. Doesn't even look as if it's got any like structural damage to it. Let's have a look around the other side, because I know once it's in a scrapyard it can't be saved, you know, full stop, but the majority of that car actually doesn't look too bad at all. What a shame. God, it's probably been here 20 years, who knows. This site is just incredible. So the chap we spoke to earlier, he lives somewhere up there in one of the old buildings, but he told us a little bit of history about this place. And I didn't even know it was a coal mine. I had no idea it was a coal mine. But once you start walking around, you see the old tracks on the floor where the carts used to run through. Obviously, we've got tunnels and mines below us. You know, this site is obviously very dangerous, but at the same time, very, very interesting too. We've got an old Sprinter here. Look at this. This is one thing I really don't like about Mercedes, that they rust so badly. But this is an 07 van. I mean, you wouldn't expect... I know it's a builder's van. I know it's been beat around, but... I mean, sometimes, look, you get rust in the most stupidest... I mean, why has that gone bubbly there? Stone chip, water's got underneath it, but why? Look at it. The door is completely... It's toast. Look, it's absolutely shocking. You know, it's quite a modern van. I hate it. That's the only thing, that is the only thing I hate about Mercedes. Now this is potentially one of the forklifts that got the place closed down. I don't know if you know, Ben, but the place got shut down because it had unsafe forklifts, and this is potentially one of them. Yeah. Obviously health and safety closed the place down. And if you want to do some research and find out all the ins and outs, you can. Obviously do your own research, but I don't want to give too much information away because obviously I don't want the place to get out. But I mean, in fact, it hasn't got a windscreen. All the cables are hanging out. Yeah, it's good suspension, yeah. But I mean, it's a scrapyard. I mean, what do you expect, you know? Back in the day, these places used to be, you know, 10 times worse than what this is. One I go to quite regular called Silver Lake, and all their cars are all neatly stacked, placed on wheels, and you can access everything under the car, on top of the car. You know, this is dangerous, yes it is, but this is how scrapyards were back in the day, and this is an old scrapyard, so, you know, it's what you expect. You know, if you don't want people to come in here and get hurt, then the workers should come in here and do it for them, or even just reorganise the cars a little bit safer. You know, there's ways to sort of sort the problems out, but... Oh well, I'm ranting on a little bit. Look, another C-Class. God, looks like someone's been run over by that one. Doesn't look very good. Look, apart from all the glass and the leaves and the moss on the door, I mean, the car in general doesn't actually look too bad. You know, probably had a broken engine or a gearbox or something, and that's why they end up in these places. Let's go and have a look around here and see what we can find around here. Okay, so I'm just venturing over to the far corner over here. Look, 61 plate Vauxhall there. Again, that's not even that old. Mark IV Golf. Love a Mark IV Golf. Oh, look at this, W202. Cool. Those brakes have definitely seen better days. This is a C180 maybe. Oh, bonnet is completely... Ugh, that ain't opening. It's probably a C180. Oh. I've seen worse. I've seen a lot worse. Cool. There's no coming back from that, is there? That roof has well and truly had it. Oh dear. Let's have a little peek. Let's see if we can see what's on the back. It's a C200, that one. It's a slightly bigger engine. Right, well, I think that is pretty much everything in here, guys. So me and Ben now are going to do a little run around, do some pictures, TikTok video and an Instagram reel. And we'll see you on the outro very, very shortly. Okay, guys, we've just noticed there's some other people in here with us. So I'm just going to climb up to the top of the hill and try and figure out who they are and what they're doing. Ben's staying guard at the bottom. But he said he's just seen someone in here. And I want to know who they are. So, try and get to the top without being spotted. They're there. I don't know who they are, what they're doing. They haven't got any cameras. So I don't know if you saw that, but they just threw something against the side of that window on that car trying to break it. So they're obviously up to no good. So it looks like they're finally going now after they've smashed up half the cars in here. Well, if you guys want to know who smashes all these cars up, there's two of them right there. Right guys, well unfortunately we had to end that explore very early because the two guys who went in there started smashing the windows on the cars. We don't want anything to do with that, we don't want to get involved, so obviously I had to blur their faces out for their own safety because I know a lot of you are going to want to know who they are, but I can't do that, so unfortunately it is what it is. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe. Please go and check out the Instagram, which is TheBeardedExplorer_. Also go and check out the Facebook page. Like always, put all the pictures on Facebook, 10 the best on Instagram. I will link them in the description below, and we'll see you on next week's video.